Hello everyone, this is your friend Naruto Fix, and we are back with another epic What If Naruto fanfic. Which is, What If Naruto Started a Love Story with Mei Terumi and Fem Kyuubi, Part 1. If you love Naruto fanfics, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the journey with me. So, let's start the fanfic. The world of Shinobi was always filled with bloodshed, loneliness, and endless struggles. From the very moment Naruto Uzumaki was born, his destiny had been tied to the nine-tailed fox sealed within him. For years, he was shunned by the villagers, treated like a curse rather than a boy with dreams. Yet despite everything, Naruto's heart remained warm, longing for love, acknowledgement, and companionship. But what if fate had been kinder? What if instead of being bound by hatred and rejection, Naruto's journey led him to love, not with just one woman, but two powerful forces who would forever change his life? Mei Terumi, the fifth Mizukage, and the female manifestation of the Kyuubi herself. Awakening of the fox's true form. It all began the night Naruto entered his subconscious to face the nine tails again. He had fought tooth and nail against the hatred inside him, struggling to control the monstrous chakra that threatened to consume him. But this time, something was different. Instead of the terrifying red beast behind the bars, he saw a woman, her long crimson hair flowing like fire, her eyes blazing with golden fury, her aura both dangerous and intoxicating. She was beautiful, fierce, and powerful, an embodiment of the Kyuubi's will in a female form. Finally, she whispered, her voice sultry yet filled with ancient power. "You've grown strong enough to see me not as a beast, but as who I truly am. Kurama, but you may call me Akari." Naruto's jaw nearly dropped. Wait, the nine tails is a woman. She smirked, leaning against the bars with elegance. Surprised, little Jinchuriki. "I've watched you your entire life, and for once, you're not as annoying as I thought." Quote, that single moment marked the beginning of something far more complex than Naruto had ever imagined. For the first time, the Kyuubi wasn't just a monster locked inside him, she was a woman with emotions, pride, and a strange, growing fascination with her host. The path to the Mist Village. After the Fourth Shinobi War, peace was fragile. Naruto was tasked by Tsunade to travel and build alliances. His journey eventually led him to the hidden Mist Village, once drenched in blood, but now reformed under the leadership of the graceful yet deadly Mei Terumi. From the moment Naruto met her, Mei's piercing jade eyes lingered on him longer than they should have. She was older, mature, confident, and playful, traits that made Naruto both flustered and curious. Well, Mei teased during their first diplomatic meeting, her lips curling into a mischievous smile, "The hero of the leaf is even cuter in person. Tell me, Naruto, do you treat all Kage with such innocence, or am I just special?" Quote, Naruto, of course, turned bright red. I'm just here for peace talks." Mei chuckled, her laughter warm and melodic. Beneath her teasing nature, though, she sensed something deeper in Naruto, a loneliness she understood all too well. Both had carried the weight of their people, both had faced isolation, and both yearned for something more than duty. A triangle of fire and desire. It wasn't long before the connection between Naruto and Mei deepened. She admired his honesty, his stubborn determination, and his ability to see people for who they truly were, not just their titles. Naruto, in turn, was captivated by Mei's strength, her compassion hidden behind flirtatious smiles, and the maturity she carried with grace. But Akari, the female Kyuubi, was not about to let another woman steal the bond she had with Naruto. Inside his dreams, she appeared more often, her fiery aura wrapping around him. "Don't get too close to that woman, brat," she hissed, jealousy flashing in her eyes. "You're mine. Don't forget that without me, you'd be nothing." Naruto stared at her, confused by the mix of possessiveness and vulnerability in her voice. "Akari, why do you sound jealous? You actually care about me, don't you?" Quote, for once, the great Nine Tails faltered, her sharp tongue silenced by the truth in his words. And so began an unexpected rivalry, the Mizukage who saw Naruto as a man worthy of love, and the nine-tailed fox who had watched over him his entire life, now awakened as a woman who desired him in ways even she couldn't explain. Bonds in battle. During his stay in the mist, an enemy faction attacked the village, remnants of the Blood Mist era seeking to overthrow Mei. Naruto fought alongside her, their teamwork flawless, their trust unspoken. At one point, when Mei was surrounded, Naruto shielded her with his own body, refusing to let a single blade touch her. She looked into his eyes, wide with surprise and something more. "Idiot, why would you risk yourself like that?" she whispered. "Because, I won't let anyone hurt you," Naruto replied, his voice trembling with honesty. In that moment, Mei's heart skipped, a dangerous feeling for a Mizukage, but one she could no longer ignore. And deep within Naruto's soul, Akari's voice echoed, bitter yet tender, "You protect her like you protect me, don't you, Naruto?" This was just the beginning of a love story unlike any other, a tale where the boy who once knew nothing of love would find himself at the center of affection from two extraordinary women, the fiery Mizukage and the vengeful, beautiful spirit of the Nine Tails. 9/27, 9:14 a.m., Vivavit, after the battle in the mist. The battlefield was still smoking, water turned red by blood and flames still hissing from Mei's lava techniques. Naruto stood by her side, panting, his body bruised but his spirit unshaken. The people of the Mist Village were safe, for now. Mei placed a hand on his shoulder, her emerald eyes softening. "You've saved us, Naruto. You saved me." Naruto scratched his cheek nervously, his cheeks flushed. He, well, that's what I do. I can't let my friends get hurt." Mei leaned closer, her voice dropping to a husky whisper. "Friends? I was hoping I was something a little more than that." Naruto froze, wide-eyed, his face burning red as Mei chuckled and walked away, her long auburn hair swaying gracefully. Inside his mind, Akari growled. "That woman, she dares flirt with you. Ha, I won't let some human take what belongs to me." Naruto groaned inwardly. "Akari, she's just being friendly." "Friendly? That was not friendly, brat. She looks at you like prey, and I don't share what's mine." Quote, for the first time, Naruto realized something dangerous, both women wanted him, and neither seemed willing to back down. The night after the battle, Naruto was invited to rest in the Mizukage's residence as a guest of honor. Mei insisted personally, saying it was the least she could do. The mansion was quiet that night, moonlight streaming through the windows. Mei appeared in a simple silk robe, her hair tied loosely, looking more vulnerable than Naruto had ever seen her. "You fought so hard today," she said softly, pouring tea for him. "You remind me of myself, carrying burdens for everyone else. But who carries yours, Naruto?" Naruto blinked, his heart tightening. No one had ever asked him that before. I guess I just carry them myself. I always have." Mei's gaze lingered on him with a sadness hidden behind her smile. She placed her hand gently over his. "You don't have to anymore." Naruto's chest pounded, his throat dry, and before he could answer, Akari's voice roared inside him. "Don't you dare let her touch you, Naruto. She doesn't know you like I do." Naruto flinched, his tea spilling. Mei tilted her head curiously. "What's wrong?" Nothing," he stammered, forcing a grin, while inside, Akari's presence flared with jealousy, her aura wrapping possessively around his soul. Dreams of fire. That night, when Naruto finally fell asleep, he was pulled into his subconscious again. But instead of the cage and bars, he found himself standing in a vast field of crimson flames. And there she was, Akari. Her form was clearer than ever, tall, graceful, with fox-like ears twitching atop her head, nine tails swaying hypnotically behind her, and eyes glowing with passion. She approached him slowly, her steps deliberate, her voice low and velvety. "Why do you let her get so close to you? Haven't I always been with you, Naruto? Haven't I given you my strength, my power, my very life force?" Quote, Naruto swallowed hard. "Akari, it's not like that. Mei is kind to me, that's all." "She, kind?" Akari cut him off, pressing her hand against his chest. "I've watched you suffer alone for years. When they hated you, when they shunned you, I was there. No one else. She only sees you now because you're strong. But me," her voice cracked, soft for the first time. I've always seen you. Naruto's heart ached at her words. He never expected the Kyuubi, the demon fox feared by all, to speak with such raw emotion. Before he could respond, Akari leaned closer, her lips hovering just an inch from his. Don't forget, Naruto, you're mine. Tension in reality. The next morning, Naruto woke up sweating, his mind racing between Mei's gentle touch and Akari's fiery confession. At breakfast, Mei noticed his distracted look and leaned on the table with a teasing smile. You're blushing again. Were you dreaming about me, Naruto? He nearly choked on his rice, waving his hands frantically. No, I mean, Mei laughed, but behind her teasing eyes was a glimmer of genuine curiosity. She was starting to feel something deeper for him. Meanwhile, Akari's presence inside him bristled with rage and desire. She dares to claim your dreams. HMPH. I'll show her who you truly belong to. The beginning of a love triangle. From that day forward, every moment Naruto spent in the mist was charged with tension. Mei would invite him on walks through the village, gently brushing her arm against his, her smile softer than before. At the same time, Akari's presence grew stronger, pulling Naruto into dreams filled with fire, whispers, and longing. Naruto, the boy who once begged for acknowledgement, now found himself caught in the middle of two overwhelming forces. The Mizukage, a woman of elegance, strength, and hidden vulnerability. The Kyuubi, a spirit of fire and power, who had turned her hatred into a fierce love only for him. He didn't know what to do, but one thing was clear, this was only the beginning of a story that would test his heart, his resolve, and the meaning of love itself. 9:27, 9:14 a.m., Vivavat, walk through the Mist Village. The Mist Village had changed greatly under Mei's leadership, markets bustling, children laughing, and Shinobi standing proud. Naruto walked beside Mei, the villagers whispering in awe as they passed. Look at 'em, Mei said, her eyes softening. They finally smile. Years ago, this village was drowning in blood. I never thought I'd see it like this. Naruto glanced at her, admiration shining in his blue eyes. That's because of you, Mei. You didn't just change the village, you gave them hope. Quote. Mei paused, touched by his words. She looked at him with a smile that was no longer playful, but warm, genuine. Hope, maybe that's why I feel drawn to you. You're full of it, Naruto. You make me believe in a future I thought I'd lost. Quote. Naruto scratched the back of his head, embarrassed. I just do what I can. But, hearing you say that makes me really happy. Her hand brushed against his as they walked. It lingered just long enough to make his heart pound. And deep inside, Akari snarled. She dares to touch you in front of everyone. Naruto, she's trying to steal you away from me. I won't let her. Inside his mind again. That night, Naruto lay awake in his guest room, tossing and turning. As soon as he drifted off, he found himself back in Akari's realm of fire. She stood before him again, more beautiful than ever, her 9 tails swaying hypnotically. This time, there was no anger, only fierce determination in her golden eyes. Listen to me, Naruto, Akari said, stepping closer, her hand trailing across his cheek. That woman, she doesn't understand you like I do. She sees the hero, the man admired by the world. But I know the boy who cried alone, the boy who laughed to hide his pain, the boy who never gave up. You think she can love that side of you? No, only I can. Naruto's throat tightened. Akari, you've been with me all my life. You've seen my worst moments. But, Mei's different. She sees me now, and she accepts me too. Quote. Akari's expression softened for the briefest moment, but then she pressed her forehead against his, her voice trembling. I don't want to share you, Naruto. You're mine. Before he could answer, she leaned closer, her lips brushing his for a fleeting second. A fiery warmth surged through him, jolting him awake in his bed, his face burning. He sat up, clutching his chest. Did she just kiss me? The Mizukage's invitation. The next day, Mei requested Naruto's presence at her private hot springs, a place reserved only for the Mizukage. When he arrived, the steam curled gently around the stone baths, the air carrying the faint scent of lavender. Mei stood by the water, her hair cascading down her back, her robe slipping just enough from her shoulders to make Naruto's heart race. "Relax, Naruto," she teased with a playful smirk. "I didn't bring you here for anything scandalous, unless you'd like it to be." Naruto's face turned crimson. What? And no, Mei chuckled and sat at the edge of the spring, dipping her legs into the warm water. Her expression softened as she looked at him. "You're so honest, so pure. It's refreshing. Do you know how rare that is in our world?" Naruto sat beside her, still flustered, but slowly calming down. I just try to be myself. That's all." For a moment, silence fell, broken only by the sound of water. Mei turned toward him, her emerald eyes locking with his. "Naruto, sometimes I wonder if fate brought you here. Not as a shinobi, not as a diplomat, but as someone meant to touch my heart." Quote. Naruto's breath caught. Her words sank into him deeper than any compliment he had ever received. He wanted to answer, but his voice failed him. And then, inside, Akari's voice exploded like thunder. "She dares confess to you. Naruto, don't listen. You're mine, not hers." Naruto's eyes widened. He realized the storm between these two women was about to grow more dangerous than any battlefield he had ever faced. A triangle of hearts. That night, Naruto sat alone under the stars of the Mist Village, his mind torn in two. Mei's elegance, her warmth, and her hidden vulnerability pulled him toward her. Akari's fire, her fierce devotion, and her bond since childhood chained his heart to hers. He clenched his fists, whispering to himself, "Why me? I never even thought I'd be loved by anyone, and now." A soft voice broke his thoughts. "Because you're worth loving, Naruto." He turned, stunned, to see Mei standing behind him, her eyes shimmering in the moonlight. She stepped closer, her hand gently touching his cheek. At the same time, within him, Akari's fiery form surged forward, her tails curling around his soul, whispering possessively, "Choose me, Naruto. Only me." Quote. Naruto's heart thundered, caught between two forces, one gentle as water, the other fierce as fire. This was no longer just diplomacy or fate. This was love, and it was only the beginning. 9:27, 9:16 a.m. Vivavat. A confession in the moonlight. Naruto froze as Mei's soft hand cupped his cheek. Her touch was warm, tender, but heavy with unspoken emotions. "You've changed me, Naruto," Mei whispered, her emerald eyes shimmering under the silver glow of the moon. "I thought my life was only duty, only sacrifice for this village. But you remind me what it feels like to be a woman, not just a leader." Naruto's heart hammered in his chest. He didn't know what to say. No one had ever spoken to him like that before, so open, so vulnerable. His voice cracked, his throat dry. "Mei, Before he could finish, Mei leaned forward. The space between them shrank, the world around them fading. Naruto's breath caught as her lips inched closer. But inside him, Akari roared. "Enough! I will not watch you give yourself to her." A surge of crimson chakra flared around Naruto, his body trembling as Akari's jealousy spilled into reality. Mei gasped, stepping back as the red aura swirled violently. "Naruto, what's happening?" Naruto fell to his knees, clutching his chest. "It's Akari. She's angry. Inside the seal, Mei's arrival. Naruto's vision blurred, and suddenly he was dragged into his subconscious. Flames surrounded him, and there stood Akari, her 9 tails whipping in fury, her golden eyes burning with rage. "You dare let her touch you. You dare let her kiss you." Akari shouted, her voice trembling with hurt more than anger. "I won't allow it." But then, something impossible happened. Mei's form flickered into the seal space as well, drawn in by the intensity of Akari's chakra. She stood on the edge of the flaming realm, stunned. "This is inside you," Mei whispered, looking around in awe. Her gaze fell on Akari, and her lips parted in shock. "The 9 tails, a woman." Akari's glare sharpened. "Stay away from him. You don't belong here, Mizukage." Mei straightened her posture, her usual confidence returning. "And you do. You're a demon, bound by hatred for centuries. What could you possibly give Naruto except pain?" Quote. Akari's tails lashed the ground, flames erupting. I've given him everything. My strength, my power, my life. I've been with him since birth. When the world abandoned him, I was the only one who stayed. Quote, Naruto staggered between them, his hands raised. Stop, both of you. This isn't a fight. But neither woman moved. Their eyes locked, two forces of nature standing at opposite ends, Mei, elegant and commanding, and Akari, fierce and unyielding. Naruto's breaking point. The tension crackled like thunder. Naruto's voice cracked as he shouted, why are you both fighting over me? I'm just, me. I'm not special enough for either of you. Mei's expression softened immediately. She stepped forward, her hand reaching for him. Naruto, don't ever say that. You're more than special. You're the reason people like me can believe in tomorrow. Akari's flames dimmed, her golden eyes glistening. You fool, you think you're unworthy. Don't you see, you've always been worthy. That's why her voice faltered, her pride shaking as the words almost slipped. That's why I can't let you go. Naruto looked between them, his chest aching. Two women, one human, one spirit, both willing to bare their hearts for him. The cliffhanger. Suddenly, the ground of the seal shook violently. A sinister presence rippled through the flames, darker and colder than Akari's fire. A shadowy figure emerged from the distance, its form twisted and menacing. Akari's eyes widened. No, this chakra, impossible. Quote, Mei clutched Naruto's arm, fear flashing in her eyes. What is that? Naruto's fists clenched, determination burning in him. Whoever it is, they're after me. And if I don't choose where my heart belongs, I might lose both of you. Quote, the flames roared higher, Akari stepped protectively in front of Naruto, and Mei gripped his hand tighter, refusing to let go. The love story had only just begun, but already, destiny was testing it with fire. 9:27, 9:17 a.m., Vivavat, the mysterious shadow in the seal. The seal trembled violently as the shadowy figure drew closer. Its presence was suffocating, darker than even the hatred Akari once carried. Flames bent unnaturally as if the intruder swallowed all light. Naruto stood firm, pulling Mei behind him instinctively. Who the hell are you? The shadow's voice was a guttural whisper, echoing like 1,000 screams. I am the remnant of hatred, the curse left behind in your soul, the embodiment of every scar you've carried, Naruto Uzumaki. Akari's eyes narrowed, her 9 tails flaring protectively around Naruto. TCH. A fragment of malice, left behind from the old seal. I thought I destroyed you long ago. The shadow laughed. You may have weakened me, Fox, but the boy's doubts keep me alive. His loneliness, his fear of love, they feed me. Quote, Naruto's fists clenched. TCH, even in my own heart, I can't escape hate. Mei stepped forward, her voice cutting through the heavy air. No, Naruto, you're wrong. You're not alone anymore, not while I'm here. Quote, Akari snarled at Mei's words but said nothing, her gaze softening briefly before hardening again. The battle inside. The shadow lunged, its claws reaching for Naruto. Before it could strike, Akari moved with a fiery blur, her tails lashing like whips. Flames exploded, forcing the entity back. Stay behind me, Naruto. Akari shouted, her voice filled with raw protectiveness. Naruto gritted his teeth. No, I won't let you fight alone. Mei's hands glowed with molten chakra as she formed quick seals, her lava release igniting in the seal's space. She hurled molten projectiles into the darkness, her power scorching the entity. The shadow shrieked, but instead of weakening, it multiplied, splitting into several dark clones. Damn it, Naruto growled, forming shadow clones of his own. Fine, if you're a piece of my doubt, then I'll crush you with my will. The battlefield inside his soul erupted, Naruto's clones clashing with the shadows, Mei's lava burning through the darkness, and Akari's fiery tails sweeping away entire groups. And at the center of it all, Naruto realized something, both Mei and Akari weren't just protecting him. They were fighting for him. Between fire and water. As the battle raged, Naruto's energy began to fade. He fell to one knee, his chakra draining. The shadow sensed weakness and lunged toward him with a piercing strike. But Mei threw herself in front of him, her arms searing as she blocked the blow with molten chakra. She cried out in pain but refused to fall. Mei, Naruto shouted, catching her as she stumbled. Her lips trembled with a weak smile. See, even now, I'd bleed for you. Naruto's heart twisted. Her sincerity hit him harder than any enemy's strike. But then Akari's roar shook the seal. Flames erupted as she unleashed her full power, her golden eyes blazing. How dare you touch him? How dare you make him bleed? Her tails wrapped around Naruto and Mei, shielding them both from the darkness. For the first time, Akari wasn't just protecting Naruto out of jealousy, she was protecting what he cared about, too. Naruto's resolve. Naruto pushed himself to his feet, pulling Mei up with him. Both of you, stop fighting each other. If you really care about me, then fight with me. Together, Mei's jade eyes softened. Akari's golden eyes glimmered with reluctant respect. The three of them stood side by side, their chakra flaring in unison, Naruto's blazing orange, Mei's molten red, and Akari's fiery crimson. The shadow screamed in fury, sensing its end. You can't erase me. I am your loneliness. I am your fear. I am the part of you that will always doubt love. Naruto smirked, his voice steady. Maybe I was lonely once. Maybe I doubted myself. But now, I've got people who care about me. I've got love. With one final surge, Naruto, Mei, and Akari launched the combined attack. Lava, fire, and pure willpower collided with the shadow, shattering it into nothingness. The seal space grew calm, the flames dimming into warm light. The aftermath, a moment too close. Naruto collapsed to the ground, exhausted. Mei knelt beside him, brushing sweat from his forehead, her smile gentle. You did it, Naruto. Akari crouched on his other side, her tails slowly wrapping around him like a protective cocoon. Her golden eyes softened, no longer fierce but tender. Foolish brat, you scared me. Quote, Naruto's chest tightened as he looked at both of them, one human, one spirit, both gazing at him with hearts unguarded. Mei leaned closer, her voice barely a whisper. Naruto, if I told you I was falling for you, what would you say? Quote, Akari's tails froze mid-sway, her eyes narrowing dangerously. Don't you dare answer that. Naruto's face burned red, his voice caught between two storms of affection. The seal flickered, fading as he was pulled back to reality, his answer left unspoken, the tension heavier than ever. Back in the real world. Naruto woke with a gasp, sitting up in his bed in Mei's mansion. The morning sun streamed through the window, but his chest still throbbed with the weight of last night's events. Mei entered quietly, her arm bandaged from the battle inside his soul. She smiled softly. Good morning, Naruto. I hope you don't mind, I stayed to watch over you. At the same time, Akari's voice echoed inside, gentle yet sharp. She's waiting for your heart. But so am I. Naruto rubbed the back of his neck, his heart pounding. For the first time in his life, he wasn't just fighting for survival, he was fighting to understand love. And between the Mizukage's tender smile and the fiery fox's possessive devotion, Naruto realized part 1 of his love story was far from over. 9/27, 9:18 a.m., Vivavat, the day after the battle in the seal. Naruto wandered through the Mizukage's mansion, his mind heavy. Every step echoed with the same question, what do I do now? On one side, Mei's warmth lingered, the way she risked herself for him, the way her words carried a truth he couldn't ignore. On the other, Akari's fiery confession burned in his chest, her kiss, her protectiveness, her claim that she had always been there. Why me? Naruto muttered, staring at his reflection in a hallway mirror. I don't deserve either of them. But when he looked into his own eyes, he saw something else, hope. For once, love wasn't a dream, it was real, and it terrified him more than any battle. Mei's boldness. Later that day, Mei invited Naruto to her garden, a quiet place filled with misty ponds and blooming lotuses. She wore a simple kimono, her beauty even more disarming without the formal robes of a Mizukage. Do you like it here? Mei asked, sitting on a stone bench. This garden was the only place I could ever breathe during my hardest years. Naruto sat beside her, smiling faintly. It's peaceful. Kind of like you. Quote. Mei's lips curved into a sly smirk. Peaceful. I've been called many things, Naruto, but never that. Strong, dangerous, beautiful, yes. But peaceful. Naruto blushed, fumbling for words. Well, I just meant, you make me feel calm. Safe. Her smirk softened into something warmer. She leaned closer, her hand brushing against his. Naruto, I don't hide my feelings. And I won't now. I like you. More than a friend. More than an ally. Quote. Naruto froze, his heart pounding. Mei's eyes held no jest, no playful teasing, only sincerity. Akari's jealousy erupts. Before Naruto could answer, crimson flames flickered in his vision. He staggered, clutching his head, as Akari's voice thundered. No, I won't allow this. The air in the garden shimmered with red chakra, frightening the attendants nearby. Mei stood quickly, her eyes narrowing. So, she's listening again. Akari's form manifested faintly behind Naruto, her tail swaying like a storm. Though only Naruto could truly see her, Mei sensed her presence, her instincts sharp. Come out, Fox, Mei said firmly, her voice steady. I know you're there. A fiery silhouette appeared, Akari's golden eyes blazing, her aura filling the garden with heat. You dare confess to him in front of me? Do you think I'll let you steal him away? Mei didn't flinch. She crossed her arms, meeting Akari's glare with her own calm intensity. Steal. Naruto is not property, Nine Tails. He is a man with a heart, and that heart belongs to whoever he chooses. Akari hissed, stepping closer, her flames crackling. And I'll make sure he chooses me. Naruto stumbled between them, waving his arms frantically. Wait. Stop it, both of you. This isn't helping. But neither woman backed down. A clash of wills. The tension snapped like lightning. Mei unleashed a burst of lava release, the air shimmering with molten heat, while Akari's tails flared, her fire burning brighter. Their voices clashed louder than their chakra. Mei, Naruto deserves love, not chains. Can you even give him that? Akari, chains. I've been his strength all his life. You only see him now that he's a hero. Quote. Mei, and you only want him because you're afraid to lose your hold on him. Akari, no, I want him because I love him. The word love hung in the air, shocking Naruto to his core. He had never expected Akari to say it so openly. Mei's eyes widened, but then she smiled softly, almost sadly. Then it seems, we are rivals, after all. Naruto's breaking point. Naruto's fists clenched, his voice breaking as he shouted, enough. You're both important to me. Why can't you understand that? His words echoed, silencing them. Mei's eyes softened with guilt, while Akari's flames dimmed. I never had anyone before, Naruto continued, his voice trembling. No family, no one to hold me. No one to say I mattered. Now suddenly, you both look at me like I'm worth something. And I don't know how to handle it. Tears pricked at the corners of his eyes, and for a moment, both Mei and Akari froze, not as rivals, but as women seeing the boy behind the hero. Mei reached out first, her hand gently resting on his shoulder. Naruto, you're worth everything. Akari's tails wrapped lightly around him, her voice soft for the first time. Idiot, you've always mattered to me. Quote. Naruto's heart pounded as he realized, this wasn't just a fight for his love. It was the beginning of a bond that could either heal him, or tear him apart. A silent promise. That night, Naruto lay awake again. Mei had given him a smile filled with quiet determination before leaving his room. And Akari's presence lingered, her voice whispering in his mind. No matter what happens, I won't let you go. Naruto closed his eyes, clutching his chest. Why does my heart hurt, when both of you make it beat so fast? The moonlight fell across his face as he drifted into uneasy sleep, caught between fire and water, between passion and tenderness. 9/27, 9:18 a.m. Vivavat. The Hidden Mist Festival. A few days later, the Mist Village prepared for a grand festival celebrating peace. Lanterns floated over the waters, the streets alive with laughter, music, and the scent of grilled seafood. Mei, dressed in a deep teal yukata with flowing sleeves, approached Naruto with a smile. It would be a shame if the hero of the mist hid inside tonight. Walk with me, Naruto. Naruto scratched the back of his head nervously. I've never been to something like this before, not with someone like you. Mei chuckled, linking her arm with his. Then let me show you. As they walked through the glowing streets, villagers cheered Naruto's name. But Mei kept him close, her presence making him feel less like a hero on display and more like a man beside a woman. A moment beneath the lanterns. They stopped at the pier, where hundreds of lanterns drifted into the misty sky. Mei's eyes reflected the golden light as she whispered, Naruto, when I was younger, I thought these lights carried wishes. Do you want to make one? Naruto hesitated, then grinned. Yeah, I'll wish for a future where no one feels alone. Quote. Mei looked at him for a long moment, her expression softening. You never change, do you? Always thinking of others. Her hand brushed against his, lingering this time. The warmth of her touch made Naruto's heart stutter. For once, he didn't pull away. Akari's silent interruption. But then, his chest burned. Akari's chakra pulsed, her voice echoing in his mind. Why are you holding her hand? That's mine. Naruto stiffened, nearly pulling back. Mei caught the movement, her eyes narrowing slightly. She didn't say anything, but deep down, she knew who was interfering. Akari whispered again, softer this time, Naruto, don't forget me. I've been with you since the day you were born. She just came now, but I've always been here. Naruto's heart ached. He wanted to answer her, but Mei was looking at him with such tenderness that he couldn't find the words. Mei's bold confession. The music from the festival swelled in the background. Mei turned to face him fully, her hand now resting against his cheek. Listen, Naruto, she said, her voice low but firm. You've changed my village, you've changed me, and if you'll let me, I want to be by your side. Not just as Mizukage, not just as an ally. As a woman. Her face was so close now, her lips trembling with unspoken desire. Naruto's breath caught in his throat. And then, Akari forces herself forward. A surge of crimson chakra burst out around him, shocking the nearby villages. The lanterns flickered as Akari's voice roared, no. He's mine. A fiery silhouette of the fox woman appeared beside Naruto, her tails lashing wildly. Though only Naruto could see her clearly, the villagers sensed the danger and scattered in fear. Mei didn't retreat. Instead, she stepped closer, glaring at Akari's form. You can shout all you want, fox. But I won't step aside. Not when my heart is on the line. Akari bared her fangs, her golden eyes blazing. Then fight me for him. Naruto's voice cracked, his arms spreading wide between them. No more fighting. Please. I can't lose either of you. His desperate plea froze both women in place. Naruto's confession of fear. The crimson chakra dimmed slightly as Akari's form wavered. Naruto's voice trembled as he continued. All my life, I dreamed of someone holding me, of someone seeing me. And now, both of you do. But I'm scared. Scared of choosing. Scared of hurting one of you. Scared of losing everything before it even begins. Quote. Mei's eyes softened, her hand lowering. Naruto. Akari's tails wrapped around his arm gently, her tone no longer fiery but heartbreakingly vulnerable. Idiot, I'm not here to scare you. I don't want you to forget me. Quote. For the first time, Naruto realized, both women weren't only fighting for him. They were afraid of losing him, too. The festival ends in tension. As the last lantern drifted into the night sky, silence fell between them. Naruto stood caught between water and fire, between Mei's steady warmth and Akari's fiery passion. He whispered to himself, how am I supposed to choose? Neither Mei nor Akari answered. But deep inside, Naruto knew, this was only the beginning of a love that could save him, or destroy him. 9:27, 9:19 a.m., Vivavat, midnight in the seal. Naruto tossed and turned in his bed that night, unable to sleep. Mei's confession, the festival, and Akari's fiery interruption swirled in his head. His heart raced with questions he couldn't answer. Suddenly, he felt a pull. His surroundings melted away, and he opened his eyes to find himself standing in the familiar sealed chamber, dark waters beneath his feet, the massive gate looming before him. But this time, Akari wasn't behind the bars. She stood outside, her crimson hair flowing, her fox tails swaying gently. Her golden eyes glowed, softer than before. "You came," Naruto muttered, unsure whether he felt anger, relief, or something else. Akari tilted her head, a faint smirk tugging at her lips. "No, you came to me. You always do, even if you don't realize it. The truth behind her jealousy." Naruto crossed his arms, forcing himself to meet her gaze. "Why are you like this, Akari? Every time Mei gets close, you lose control. Why?" Akari's smirk faded. She looked away, her tails curling protectively around her. "Because I'm scared." Naruto blinked. "Scared? You?" Her eyes shimmered with something he had never seen in her before, vulnerability. "For centuries, I was only feared, hated, locked away. You were the first to talk to me, the first to trust me. The first to see me as more than a monster. When Mei looks at you, I see her trying to take that away. I see myself disappearing from your life. And I can't let that happen." Her voice cracked, trembling with emotion. "You're the only one who makes me feel like I exist." Naruto's heart stirs. Naruto's chest tightened. He had always known Akari as stubborn, fiery, even cruel at times, but hearing this raw truth made his heart ache. "You're not going to disappear," he said firmly. "You've always been with me, even when I hated you. Even when I blamed you for everything. You're a part of me, Akari." She stepped closer, her hand brushing his cheek. The heat of her touch was scorching yet gentle, like a flame that wanted to warm, not burn. "And if I want to be more than a part of you?" she whispered. "If I want to be yours." Naruto froze, his heartbeat hammering in his ears. The first kiss in the seal. Akari leaned forward, her lips just inches from his. "Tell me, Naruto, will you let me have this?" Naruto's breath caught. For a moment, the world fell silent, no gates, no chains, no battles. Just him and her. And before he could think, before he could even question it, she kissed him. It wasn't fiery like her chakra, but desperate, trembling, filled with centuries of loneliness poured into a single moment. Naruto's eyes widened, then slowly closed as he let himself feel it, the warmth, the longing, the raw love she had hidden for so long. When they pulled apart, Akari's eyes glistened with tears. "Now you know why I can't step aside." Quote, Mei's shadow still lingers. Naruto's lips tingled, his mind spinning. He wanted to answer her, but then Mei's smile flashed in his memory. Her touch, her confession, her unwavering gaze. His chest burned with confusion. Two women, two loves, both real, both impossible to ignore. Akari saw the hesitation in his eyes, and though it hurt, she smiled sadly. "You don't have to answer now. But remember, Naruto, I loved you first." Quote, her form began to fade, the seal realm dissolving around him. "And I won't let her take you without a fight." Awakening at dawn. Naruto gasped awake in his bed, sweat on his brow, his lips still tingling from the kiss that felt too real to be a dream. The dawn light streamed into his room, but instead of peace, his heart carried the weight of two promises, Mei's vow to stay by his side, and Akari's desperate declaration of love. Naruto sat up, clutching his chest. "How can I choose, when I don't want to lose either of them?" 9:27, 9:20 a.m., Vivavat, a strange morning. Naruto woke the next morning feeling restless. His lips still tingled faintly from the kiss in the seal, and his chest ached with the weight of Akari's words. He got dressed quickly and stepped outside into the misty courtyard of Mei's mansion. The cool morning air did little to calm his racing heart. And then, he saw her. Mei, standing near the koi pond, her teal kimono fluttering in the breeze. Her emerald eyes narrowed slightly as she studied him. "Good morning, Naruto," she said softly, but there was an edge to her tone. "You've been distracted lately. Is something wrong?" Naruto scratched the back of his head, unsure of how to respond. No. Just, training. Mei's gaze sharpened. Training. At dawn. Alone. Naruto swallowed. He couldn't tell her about the kiss in the seal, about Akari's possessive declaration. Not yet. Yeah, just, practicing chakra control, he stammered. Mei stepped closer, her hand brushing his arm accidentally, or perhaps intentionally. Naruto's chest tightened. Mei's intuition. Naruto, Mei said slowly, tilting her head, something is different. Your energy, it's heightened. And there's a warmth around you that wasn't there before. I can feel it. Naruto's heart thudded. She could feel Akari's presence too, couldn't she? Or maybe she just sensed the change in him. Maybe I'm just more awake than usual. He lied weakly. Mei's lips twitched into a knowing smile. You're lying to me, Naruto. And you're not good at it. Was it the fox? Naruto froze. What? Quote. Mei's expression softened, almost pitying. I don't know exactly, but your chakra, it's different. There's fire inside you, but not your own. Someone else's. Someone protective. Someone, claiming you. Quote. Naruto's face burned. She knew. And she wasn't angry. Not exactly. But her eyes shimmered with determination. The confrontation. Mei reached for his hand and held it firmly. Naruto, whatever it is, you need to tell me. I won't forgive lies, not now. Naruto opened his mouth, then closed it. He didn't know how to explain Akari's presence. How do you explain that a centuries-old demon fox has been silently in love with you for years, and just kissed you inside your own mind? Before he could respond, Akari's voice echoed in his head. Say nothing. It's mine to reveal, not hers. Naruto winced, caught between two impossible forces. Mei's grip tightened. Naruto, look at me. Quote. He met her gaze, and she held none of the playful Mizukage teasing he was used to. This was serious. If you don't tell me what's happening, I'll find out on my own. And I won't let anyone, fox or human, stand between us. Quote. Naruto's chest hurt. I don't want to lose either of them, he thought desperately. A silent agreement. Instead of answering, Naruto swallowed hard and nodded. Mei's eyes softened ever so slightly. She released his hand but didn't let him go entirely, letting her fingers linger for just a moment. I'll wait, she said softly. But don't forget, I've risked everything to be by your side, Naruto. And I won't step aside lightly. Quote. Inside his mind, Akari growled. See, even now, she won't back down. She's trying to take you. Naruto felt torn in two, his heart pounding as he walked through the misty gardens. For the first time in his life, he was caught between not just friendship, not just loyalty, but love. Real, overwhelming, terrifying love. And he knew, this story wasn't about a single choice. It was about navigating two hearts, two devotions, and a future that could either heal him, or break him completely. 9/27, 9:21 a.m., Vivavat, the calm before the storm. The mist village was quiet that night, lanterns casting soft reflections across the misty ponds. Naruto sat alone on a stone bridge, the cool air brushing against his skin. For the first time in months, he allowed himself to breathe, but the peace was fragile. Mei had returned to her residence hours ago, her steps silent, her presence lingering like a faint fragrance that refused to fade. Akari, meanwhile, had receded into the depths of his mind, her fiery aura pulsating, a silent reminder of the claim she had on him. Naruto's chest ached. How did my life get like this? He had dreamed of love, yes, but never imagined he would be caught between two extraordinary women, one human, tender and courageous, the other, a powerful spirit, fierce and possessive, yet deeply devoted. He let his hands drop into the cold water beneath the bridge, watching the ripples distort the moonlight. Each ripple reminded him of the chaos swirling in his heart. The weight of confession. Naruto's thoughts wandered back to Mei's gentle touch at the festival, the way her hand had lingered on his arm, the softness in her voice as she confessed her feelings. If you'll let me, I want to be by your side. Not just as Mizukage, not just as an ally. As a woman. Her words had shaken him to the core. He wanted to respond, to pull her into his arms and tell her that he felt something too. But before he could, Akari's presence had surged violently, reminding him that she was always there, his protector, his fire, the first soul to truly see him. Inside his mind, her golden eyes glimmered. You don't get to choose her over me, Naruto. I've been with you since the beginning. I will not lose you. Naruto's fingers clenched into fists. I can't hurt either of them. I just can't. A midnight vision. That night, he closed his eyes, only to find himself once again in the seal, a place where reality blurred with dreams, and the impossible became tangible. Akari appeared before him, her form blazing with golden light, tails swaying protectively. Her voice, soft yet commanding, filled the void. Naruto, do you know how long I've waited for this moment? Not for your strength, not for your heroism, but for you, the boy behind the mask, the boy who cried alone, the boy who never gave up. You are mine. Naruto's heart pounded, his emotions a storm he could no longer control. Akari, I know that. I've always known, but what about Mei? I can't just ignore her. Akari stepped closer, her hand resting gently on his cheek. She is strong, yes. She is kind, yes. But she does not know you the way I do. And she will never see the boy I've seen, the boy I've loved. Naruto closed his eyes, tears pricking the corners. I don't want to hurt either of you. Akari's lips brushed his in a kiss, soft, desperate, filled with the centuries of devotion she had poured into him. It wasn't just a kiss, it was a declaration, a claim, a promise he could feel in his very soul. Dawn of realization. Naruto awoke at dawn, the first rays of light casting long shadows across his room. His lips still tingled faintly, his heart still racing. Akari's presence hummed quietly in his mind, a steady, protective warmth. He knew, without a doubt, that he could not choose yet, not without hurting the other. And then Mei entered quietly, her eyes catching the sunlight, her presence warm and commanding. She paused at the doorway, studying him, her lips parting in that faint, knowing smile. You've been distant, she said softly, her voice gentle but firm. I can feel it. Whatever is happening, it's not just in your mind, is it? Naruto's throat tightened. He wanted to tell her everything, to confess that a part of him belonged to Akari already. But he couldn't. Not yet. Mei stepped closer, brushing a strand of hair from his face. Naruto, whatever it is, whatever is happening inside you, remember this, I will wait. I will fight for you. I will not step aside. Quote. Naruto closed his eyes, overwhelmed by emotion. Two women, both strong, both vulnerable, both claiming pieces of his heart. A silent promise to two hearts. He whispered into the morning mist, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'll find a way to protect both of you. Both of your hearts. I can't choose yet. And maybe, I shouldn't have to. Outside, the mist village woke to the rising sun, peaceful for the first time in decades. But Naruto's world was anything but quiet. His heart beat in two directions, pulled by fire and water, love and loyalty, passion and tenderness. Part 1 ends not with answers, but with questions. With Mei's tender vow lingering in his ears, and Akari's fiery devotion burning in his soul, Naruto realized the truth. This love story had only just begun. And no battle in the world, no mission, no enemy, would ever be as difficult as navigating the two hearts that had claimed his own. The mist shimmered, carrying his silent promise to them both, that he would not forsake either. That his heart, vast and tumultuous, belonged to them both, and that the journey of love, jealousy, and devotion had only just begun. If you enjoy this fanfic, then please like and subscribe my channel Narutofics 11 for more fanfic like this. Thank you so much.